Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kim. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I do have clothes on. It's a strapless dress, believe me. All right guys, thanks. So in this video I'm going to talk about, we're just going to sit and chat real quick about this Ulta Target collaboration. Now I had heard about it. There was an announcement, something coming soon, and people were abuzz about it on the Instagram beauty community, and I was like, okay, cool, that's nice. To be honest, in New York, usually when they have these in-store collaborations or one store inside of another store, New York is usually the last to get it. You'll hear people, especially on YouTube, I'll see other people in like the Midwest or like California, and they'll be talking about it, and then like a year after they've already gotten it, then it's like, oh, and by the way, we're gonna do it at this one store in New York, let's see how it works. So I was not thinking that I would see this Ulta and Target anywhere until I went to my Target. I have been ordering a lot of stuff online and like with like Instacart and stuff, so I haven't really been in Target, but a part of me was just like, you know what, you need to look at these. I was trying to find a new deodorant. You need to look at these packages and read them, read in the descriptions. It's so much easier to have it hand in hand in the store trying to compare than reading description window, going back and forth. So I was like, let me just, my underarms have been causing a lot of drama lately, so I was like, let me actually go and see what's going on with these deodorants. So look at my little tan. Okay, my bathing suit tan line from vacation's disappearing. I need to go to the beach. But yeah, so I know, like total off topic, but so I went to my Target, and lo and behold, I saw the little something new coming soon construction, and you can see the orange overhang already built from Ulta. So I was like, oh, my Target gets the Ulta, yay! I was so excited, so happy. A lot of my hair care products now are Pattern Beauty in terms of my deep conditioner and my cleanser, and also the styling cream and like the oil I have from them too. And I have like the combs and the spray and the hydrating mist be saving me. And unfortunately the closest Ultas are like not convenient to get to, so I often end up trying to buy it online and hoping that I have enough by the time I actually need to wash my hair. And now I'm hoping that Pattern will be in these Target Ultas, so because that would just save me so much time and money and planning, and I am normally last minute and not planning when it comes to washing my hair. Yeah, so really excited about that. However, I did start to see some pictures on Instagram, and they were, I don't want to say it was concerning, but just logistically in my mind, Ulta drugstore side is a mess sometimes. Like, love Ulta to death. She's like a friend, but like a friend you gotta tell her the truth. Your drugstore side is in disarray, and things are not where they're supposed to be. It's not kept up as much. And a lot of things are out of stock, even though they're in the drawer, but y'all just never went to fill it back. Morphe palettes, since all the boxes look the same, they're in the different slots, even though it's not that same palette. And then when you go to the prestige side, it's a lot more organized, a lot more clean. They're wiping around the little samples and making sure that the eyeshadows don't fall all over the place. Prestige is kept up, and I understand that Prestige has people who come and check on these things, right? Because that's a part of their brand. They're partners with Ulta. Our local rep for this area goes in the Ultas, gonna make sure that the my cosmetic, insert cosmetic brand name here, doesn't look crazy in Ulta. And I totally get that, and that the drugstore brands don't do that. So I'm worried that this Ulta section in Target is going to be a mess. It's not going to have the product, and it's about to be sold out. I'm nervous about that. But the Targets that I've been to have been trying to better themselves when it comes to organizing the makeup section. I don't know if this was you guys' experience, but my personal experience was that back in like 2010, 2011, Target was a little blasé with the makeup section. It was just like, we have the things, it's over there, good luck, right? Like it's here. But then as the years have gone by, they've gotten more into the organization of it. They changed kind of the little areas. They made it more like a makeup store with little mini counters instead of the big long aisles. That way you could go in and out more easily. They've made a lot of updates consciously to the makeup section, and I'm just like, Ulta is its own brand with its own culture. And are these Target employees that are going to be managing it the Target way, or are these Ulta employees that are going to be managing it the Ulta way inside of Target? Also, what does this mean for the other brands that are drugstore brands but that aren't Ulta brands, if that makes sense? So for instance, my main concern that I'm a little worried about is Black Radiance. Love Black Radiance products. However, Black Radiance is in Target. Black Radiance is not in Ulta. Is it going to be that Ulta will soon swallow up all of Target's makeup, real estate, function, and business, and then we'll lose brands like Black Radiance? You know what I'm saying? So, Target has made a strong commitment to African American and Black owned brands. So I'm hoping that that's something that they're just like, listen, you're going to have to carry this too, or this is what we doing over here. Also, the things like Wet n Wilds and stuff. I went to Target and they had such a nice, it was a wild cherry. Each of these new collections, they had a whole little end cap, and it was so organized and everything was fulfilled correctly and everything was in the right spot, and it looked so beautiful. And I was just like, this is not what Ulta does. So what's gonna happen when y'all merge together? So I'm a little concerned about that, but I am really excited that there's going to be so much more easier access to products. I do know a lot of new Ulta stores have been built in the last couple of years, and a lot of communities that didn't have Ultas before have Ultas now. Even just myself and my life experience, when I was growing up, there was one Ulta. I want to say growing up, I was probably already in high school. But there was one Ulta that was probably like 15-20 minutes away, and that was the one Ulta. Now there's like 3 or 4 Ultas. In New York, we had no Ultas in the city. Now we have them. When I was upstate New York, where I went to college and grad school, there were no Ultas. Then they opened Ultas. So they're really growing really fast, which is cool, because I don't want to have to talk bad about another store to big up Ulta, but I'm just using it as reference. Ulta had an inclusive, approachable, everyday person, not even just woman, everyday person wearing makeup. Come here, come shop here, look at the things, try it on, and just like be in the mix. CVS style, but a little more classy. That was the vibe of Ulta, and there weren't any other stores that were really giving that at the time. Makeup counter culture was still very strong, of like, you can't sit with us because you're not coming to the counter fully made up, and if you are coming to the counter with no makeup and you say you want something, I'm going to try and sell you a full face instead of having a conversation to see the specific things you want to buy. And then at the time, Sephora at the beginning was a little fledgling, and Sephora didn't really have its feet firmly planted as it does today. And even Sephora's experience, although they are pushing Sephora collection, they don't have any other really that affordable brands. So in my opinion, I would love for Ulta to eventually evolve into Sephora for the prestige side, and then Ulta the way it is now for the drugstore side, but more clean and more organized and kept. I broke a nail, y'all. Sad face. But so I'm excited about the Ulta Target partnership. I would love to know what Ulta employees think. fun fact, I wasn't like a full-time Ulta employee, but I did get to help set up like a new Ulta store as like a stalker person, and it was so cool. That was like, I mean, granted, it was still retail work, so it wasn't like fun, but seeing all these different products and the building of the end caps and the displays and all this different stuff, it was so cool, especially since that was when I just started getting into makeup. So this was like 2012, I think I did this. And just the fact that they just mass had all these people labeling, putting up boxes, setting up little plastic structures, it was just like a hum in the store that was really fun. But yeah, I would love to know what the employees think about this, because it's like, there's more Targets than there are Ultas. Are y'all trying to close us down? Are y'all only want to be in Target, or are we always gonna have standalone stores? Because they do offer the brow services, the hair services, and the skincare aesthetics services. Would that be correct? I don't want to just say skincare, because I think there might be more to it, but you know what I mean, that stuff. They offer that in store. I feel like they're not going to just automatically get rid of their stores, because Target is not going to let them set up a hair salon in there. Like, can you imagine? People already complain about going into Target and spending $200. Like, now I gotta blow out. the budget's blown, okay? Because you thought I was going for a long time before. Now I literally went to the hair salon in the back of Target. So I don't think Ulta's gonna totally get rid of their stores. But I do think that now, where there were areas where they were thinking about putting a store, they're going to have like the insert in Target and be like, let's see what happens with that. And then unfortunately, some places just aren't going to get the full experience. But they do have a lot more new stores. So I hope that wherever you are in the world, well, I don't know if it's in the world, just the United States for right now, and I think maybe Canada. But I do hope that a lot more people get to experience them, because it's such a great shopping experience. Sephora is great, and like I said, it's one of my favorite places to buy makeup, but you need some good drugstore makeup, and that's just a part of the game. Most people, it's actually funny, when I'm in YouTube makeup land, everything's about high-end, expensive, name designer, who's the person that came up with it, the artist, the color story, the pigmentation, the process of making it, testing on animals. Is very much makeup lover jargon. But for the average, I would say, of the 100% of the people who come to me in real life that I know to talk about makeup, only 10% want to hear that. And like the other 90% are like, your makeup looks nice, let me see what you did. Oh, that eyeshadow palette, how much that costs? Oh, Pat McGrath, $125? No. How can I do that? I'm going to Target, what should I get? But I want mine to look like yours. That's usually what the conversation is. And at that point, it's then Wet n Wild palettes, Black Radiant eyeshadow palettes. Those are only drugstore palettes I recommend. You need some eyeliners, L'Oreal. You want some lipsticks, Revlon, Wet n Wild. You want some lip gloss, Milani. Highlighter, Milani. Black Radiant's pretty much everything, except I haven't really tried their foundations, but that's usually what people are asking me for, right? So with that being said, I don't want Ulta to erase the wonderful drugstore cosmetic culture that Target has spent years building and creating. And I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm also thinking that with consumers, especially the way people, you speak with your dollar. So I think that enough people are going to keep buying the drugstore makeup that they're like, yes, Ulta section cool, and now I bought a Morphe palette in addition to my Maybelline Great Lash. But I've been using Maybelline Great Lash for 5-10 years, and I'm not going to switch it up now that y'all put expensive makeup in Target, So very, very, very interesting to see how this turns out. But I'm hopeful that it's all going to be for the best. I'm excited. Let's see where it goes. I do know that Sephora is in Kohl's now. Drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about that. To me, I honestly never really shop at Kohl's. Kohl's only is a deal when you have the coupons or when you know the sales game of like come at 6 o'clock when the store opens on the second Saturday of the month and wear bright colors and sneakers and then you'll get this deal. Like, it's always too many rules for me, so I never really shop in Kohl's because I'm just like, this is literally the same clothes as Target except it has a celebrity's name on it and you want $40 more. No thank you. So I don't even go in Kohl's enough to have a say on the whole Kohl's Sephora thing, but let me know what you think. But thanks so much for watching. Also let me know what you think about the Ulta Target thing. Are you a fan of Ulta? Ooh, sorry y'all. Are you a fan of Ulta? Do you like this collaboration? Are you excited, or do you think Ulta is going to mess up the drugstore makeup section at Target? What are your thoughts? Can we have both? Can everything be great and there be no issues? Let me know what you think. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.